There's Arukh Shulchan Yardeh Siman Mem Aleph Sif Ches to Sifud Base. The supplemental day 297 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi series. Today's Arukh Shulchan Yomi is sponsored for a merit for the right zibuk for Rabbi Yonasan Ezra ben Chana Fagel, and he should be zeichet to find her bekarov. Sif Ches. V'ta, you should know. The zeshin is bar b'sifuk kodem hu b'bayil lo ifshta b'gemara. The about the two zesim, whether they have to be, formed properly. If it's no good, if it's merudad or what's the other option, ruka. It was a question Gemara was not resolved. That it has to be like, I guess, a glob is the best term for the kazayis. I have a question. The question of when you can scrunch them together and they're like a belt. Who them? It's first. That's first. And then after then it talks about where it's very flat. And Rashi, Rashi says that very flat is worse than a strip, than a belt. Okay, and so about the Baal Bintim Tzomar, so it should be regarded as an Imtim Tzomar. If you're going to is this or that? If you're going to say it's that, what about this additional thing? So Imtim Tzomar, the Ritzua kosher. If you're going to say Ritzua is kosher, then what about Reduda? Right? Tilokin came to Ritzua Treva kosher and Reduda, because otherwise you would have to say if Ritzua is like a belt is trade, certainly if it's if it's very flimsy and very, very flat. We have a general principle going him. Shema Shas Imtim Tzomar when the Shas asks an Imtim Tzomar, it's resolving the previous question, saying, okay, that question is resolved. Let's take it to the next question. So according to this, we should paskin that when it's like a belt and when it can be scrunched together, l'kula. After this, it's a shas, it doesn't explicitly use the language of Nimtzilomer. Or the poskim are not learning that merudad is qualitatively worse than Ritzua. Perhaps on this account, the Rambam wrote these halachas that to him it seems that they're also, not that they are, because of Gemara it's not definitive. If Tamul, it was Tashim, Lama tells us it's not an unresolved question. That's why it's not also. But it's a sharper. Couldn't say it. No, it makes sense because from the structure of Gemara, you would think that the initial question of the two was resolved in the Kula. He's saying that no, the initial question is really actually not resolved, and that's why it seems that they have to be machmer. The bracket says on the Beis Yosef said that this is because, according to the strict letter of law, one kazayis is good. So therefore, it's possible that it should be good even in case of a suffix because of the shape, because it's a fake sveka, right? With a suffix, you need more than one kazayis. And even if you need more than one kazayis, maybe it's good enough since you have more than one kazayis that it should be merudad. If I lech mishnah to tirtzol shitosich kol trefus v'amijusa yes feka shemutoros. Like a Mishnah says that he's going to call in Shita that in all trefus besides the truth, so there are svakis which are actually mutter, ayin sham. That I guess that's what the Rambam is saying, that since it's a suffix, so therefore it should be mutter. You're right, low that because we're not this type of suffix, which is also nonetheless. Test Yeshi Shoma the besides from Mokum Chusa that is ice in the place of the which has the life force of the kaved. Sheyesh position Brushim, we said there are two interpretations. Even Mokum Tlias close if it's where it's dangling from the kidneys or betarpash or if it's in the diaphragm. So it's on the sleep alf. Showing if one of these is intact, complete. Shem Muda, it's like a glob. The other one is flattened out. The Yeshach down is fake sveka. It's fake sveka lakula. That's a crazy place. I came to a poskim skimish zeba makom class if shalakaba. But the bottom line is most of us can agree that the makom chiyus is actually a place of the kidneys. We're saying for the kidneys, so therefore it can't be lenient. lenient on that one. No, however, because I said Shani, because to be the second Zaysh, and welcome the Tarpish, which is placed to die from Yesh Lacha, we can be lenient. That's prima good. This is the actual Lacha. But you know the Ebe Elam Mim She'elam Bara, with species have no gallbladder, Daigam Chatchila Bashir Shnei Zaysim Elofi Erech. It's enough to have, relatively speaking, proportionate to the size of the liver, the shear of 2 olives. You don't need relatively 3 sesim. It's a sipsidas. B'shir zayis yadu shesh ma'alez b'shanim u'shlish kabetz u'kavchatzi betz between those ma'alez b'iskim. If the shear of zayis is the shear of a third of an egg or half an egg, plus you shesh tach mirakan, it's obviously you have to be machmer over here. Latzig b'kazayis chatzi kazayis to require a half a kazayis to zehu. Suffix Torah. This is a Torah suffix in the Torah prohibition. You would Isakmar. It says if these olives are dislocated and they are wrapped up in the diaphragms, it's kosher. It explains like this: it's uprooted in many places, and it's connected to the diaphragms here a bit and there a bit. The liver is uprooted in many places. It's still clinging to the diaphragm. Come out here a little bit, here, there a little bit. It's kosher. This is what it means to say. The entire liver is intact. It's uprooted from its place. Place supposed to be dangling. And it's only dangling from the diaphragm, which is the worst place. But since it's intact, the place where the gazazim are also intact. In the liver itself. I'm not concerned that they're not dangling in their proper places. And that would show that it's uprooted in many places. That's what meduldo means. Why use the of dildo? It's like a sukkah where it's many places it's on a different level. The schach is here, a little bit there, a little bit. Here too. The main issue here is that the liver is dislocated from its original location and still it could be kosher. If the liver is dislocated, but still mixed into with its diaphragm, it's permitted. It's something similar. They also mean the same thing. The entire liver is not dangling in its place. They're not concerned with explaining the language of dislocation. It doesn't matter as long as the liver is there. If it's uprooted in many places, but it's still connected to the diaphragm, come out, here a little bit, there a little bit, it's called the kosher. There's no ramifications here. There's one for sure, and cited Prima Godim, or something still Prima Godim, says that there's a difference between the two Lashonos. Based this, you ask a question of Beis Yosef. It's not correct. The ancient Nachim shows no difference between the various different versions. The Rebbe says, Rashi, typical way he wants to learn Rashi, also Lashon Acher, he means the other Lashon. Ayin Sham, V'ham Marigam, Zayis Makamara. Those there's about the way at least there's Zayis Makamara. Ayin Sham Duk. You base, Kasa Rambam. The Rambam writes, Nilu Elushne Zaysim, Kazai Shem Makamara, Kazai Shem Makam Chiu. So these two Zaysim, one by the gallbladder and the other by the place of its life force. Even though the rest of the liver is intact, it's treifa. Lam Sadin said, one of this fellow is not from the Gemara. It must be this way. Since the primary life force is to them, when they're not there, Mama Shah, the rest of the liver being there does no good. So it's unclear why they did not write this halacha. Back to this, because they're in Yavish. Hashem writes it elsewhere in terms of a dry liver. Shamali doesn't write it anywhere. That's it for today.